The biggest myth out there is that starting an Amazon business costs a fortune. I'm here to tell you, in 2025, you can launch a real profitable business for less than the cost of a brand new iPhone. And that's the part that shocks most people. Amazon has lowered the barrier to entry in a way that's almost unheard of compared to, say, traditional businesses. You don't need to rent a shop on the high street, you don't need to hire staff, you don't even need to pay for ads just to get people through the door. What you do need is a small starter budget, a bit of time, and a clear understanding of the real costs. And that's exactly what this video is all about. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you step by step through the exact startup costs of an Amazon FBA business in 2025. We'll cover the non-negotiables like your Amazon account, the tools you need, and of course, which ones you can skip, whether you really need an LLC or legal paperwork, and the biggest cost of all, your inventory. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how much money you need to get started, whether you've got $500 or $50,000 to work with. So let's dive right in. The very first cost, and the one nobody can avoid, is your Amazon seller account, and it costs just $40 a month. Now when I say that, most people have this kind of reaction. $40 a month just for the account? That feels steep. But let's flip that around. What you're really buying with that $40 is instant access to over 150 million shoppers. That's more than half the US population actively searching, scrolling, and buying things on Amazon every single month. If you wanted to open a physical shop in the busiest mall in America with guaranteed foot traffic day in and day out, you'd be paying thousands in rent. But on Amazon, it's just $40. You don't have to spend another cent on marketing if you don't want to. Amazon already has the traffic. People are already typing in the exact product that you're about to sell. And it's like opening a store where customers are lining up outside before you've even unlocked the doors. So yes, the account is $40, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a bargain. Now let's talk about the tools. This is an area where a lot of beginners overspend. They'll sign up for the Jungle Scout, Helium 10 apps, then Keepa, then SellerAmp, and suddenly they're paying $200 a month for the tools that they barely even understand. Here's the truth, you only need one solid product research tool to start. Pick something in the $40 to $50 range. And here Launchpad is a really solid choice, and that's developed by ourselves here at Marketplace Superheroes and our partners. Now, Keepa is also popular for tracking product history, and honestly, it doesn't matter which one you choose. What matters is that you actually use it. The tool is there to answer one key question. If I spend money on this product, will it actually sell? And will I make a profit? That's it. When I first started, these tools didn't even exist. I had to manually check listings, count reviews, and guess how often products sold. And today, the tools do the heavy lifting to show you the monthly sales, competitor accounts, and real margins after fees. So I budget for one research tool and Keepa. That's going to cost you around $70 to $80 a month. Do you need an LLC or paperwork to sell on Amazon? The answer is no, not at the start. Now, if you're doing retail or online arbitrage, where you're buying discounted products from Costco, Target, Walmart, and other websites, and then you're flipping them, you don't need any paperwork. You can start as an individual seller, though we don't recommend it for long term. Now, if you're moving into wholesale, which involves opening accounts with brands or distributors and selling brands like Sony, Logitech, or niche suppliers, then you'll need two things: an LLC, which in most US states costs $100 to $300, and a reseller's permit. That allows you to buy products tax-free. In many states, it's free, in others, it's a small filing fee. So think of legal setup as optional. You don't need it to start with, certainly not for arbitrage, but you do need it once you move into wholesale or private label. Let's get on to the biggest cost: inventory. This is the one that scares most people. They imagine needing $10,000 just to buy their first batch of stock. And that's just not true. When I first started, I had $400 to my name. I used that to buy a small batch of products, around 10 or 20 units. I listed them over on Amazon. And when they sold, I reinvested, I bought more, and I repeated. That snowball effect took me from a few $100s in sales to consistent 6 figures per month. Now, you don't have to go all in on day one. You can start with like $500 worth of inventory. Maybe that's toys from Target clearance, electronics from Costco, or grocery bundles. You start small, prove demand, then scale up. Now, if you do have $5,000 to $10,000, wholesale becomes an option. Wholesale distributors often require minimum orders, like around $1,000 to $3,000. If you've got the budget, you can order larger batches, get better pricing, and scale faster. But most people, beginners for example, don't, and that's absolutely fine. The real takeaway, you can absolutely start with $500. Let's do the math. If you're starting lean with arbitrage, your startup costs are around $40 for your Amazon account, about another $60 or $70 for your research tools, and around $500 for your first inventory. That's just over $600 total. And remember, that $600 isn't the sunk cost. It's inventory that turns back into cash when it sells. If you're going into wholesale, your costs will be higher. $40 for the account, about $60 to $80 for software, about $100 to $300 for your LLC, and $1,000 to $3,000 for inventory. But whether you start small with $500 or you go big with $3,000 to $5,000, the system works the same. Amazon has the customers, you just need the products. Starting an Amazon business for under $600 might sound like a lot until you compare it to literally any other business out there. A restaurant, tens of thousands just for lease, equipment, and permits. A franchise, $30,000 or more just to sign the contract. Even opening a small clothing shop costs far more. But with Amazon, you get access to millions of customers, logistics handled all for you, and the chance to scale, all for the price of an iPhone. So here's my challenge to you. If you've been sitting on the sidelines, waiting until you save up enough to start, I'm going to invite you to stop waiting. You don't need $10,000. You don't even need $5,000. You can start right now with $500. The sooner you begin, the sooner you learn the system, make your first sales, and of course, reinvest into your business. Now, if you'd like me to walk you step by step through how to find your first profitable product, I've put together a free training, and the link is down in the description right now. And if you'd rather jump straight in and see if you're a fit to work with us, there's also a link to book a call with my team. Either way, don't let this opportunity pass you by. The best time to start on Amazon was years ago. The second best time is, of course, today.